This is Duque from the Community Engagement Department, and today I am joined by City Council President Pro-Tem Melissa Sampey, along with the Disability Advocacy Committee Vice Chair Lisa Kurzynski, to discuss World Mental Health Day, which is recognized annually on October 10th. Council President Pro-Tem Sampey, could you explain why it is important for our city to recognize World Mental Health Day?
Thank you, Danny, and thank you everyone for being here. I think it's a really important topic. I implore everyone to think about, is there someone in your life that is dealing with mental health? I think all of us would say yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of times what happens is people are suffering in silence. They're dealing with mental health, whether it be anxiety, they're dealing with, issues at home. And mental health is such an important topic that I think we all know someone that deals with it.
Yeah.
So I think as a city, I think as leaders, it's super important to continue to talk about mental health because, we are a compassionate city, but also the topic in many ways, people don't, they mask it and people don't realize that they're dealing with something. So super passionate about it. You'll notice I'm wearing a button. It's the 988. It's a suicide crisis hotline, and I think it's really important for us as individuals to be ambassadors and just champion the cause.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Vice Chair Kurzynski, as a nurse and as an individual living with a disability, what steps can we take to enhance the promotion of mental health within our community?
I think first off, we need to destigmatize mental health because it basically is part of your body, just like what I like to say is I'm diabetic. I take insulin. People that have mental health issues might need to take medications, and it's the same thing. It doesn't matter, if you're dealing with a mental health condition or a body health condition. To me, it's the same thing. And I do think that 988 needs to be promoted more. More people need to know about it. I don't think enough people do know about it. I think that that's important. I've noticed as a nurse, when I did my psych rotation, that there are men that deal a lot with shame from having mental health. And I think they feel like they have to suck it up and man up. And I want everyone to know that mental health is not just a woman's issue or a man's issue, it's also children's issues too. We need to also remember the children and how important it is to get them help as well. So
that's exactly right. Thank you. Council President Pro-Tem Sampey, how would you respond to someone who asks, I don't have a family member with mental illness, why should I care?
Well, I think it's important to care, not only if you don't have a family member that has mental illness, but maybe you don't know they have a mental illness. When people deal with mental illnesses, whether it be a disability that we can see or can't see, right? Maybe someone has outbursts, they could be schizophrenic, so you see that. But a lot of times people walk around with it and, you don't see it, right? So if I'm having a really bad day, and I feel like I'm at the brink of just giving up, you're not going to know that if I have a smile on my face.
Yeah, you put on a happy face.
You put on a happy face, right? So people, a lot of times that are suffering, and I always say this, is please operate under the assumption that you never know what people are dealing with. You never know what they have going on at home, their job. Maybe they just got bad news about their health. So operate under the assumption, just being kind.
Yes.
It's
so. We need more kindness.
Yes, it's so important. I've seen, locally and nationally that there's so much hate, there's so much anger. And that type of behavior does not help not only mental health, but it doesn't help people's conditions that are suffering. So, I just say operate under the assumption that people are dealing with something. Maybe you might not know. Maybe they don't want to tell you. Just operate under the assumption that, people are dealing with something. Be kind, live with grace, and give that grace too. Give grace to yourself. I mean, a lot of times we take on a lot. I'm a mom, I'm in the political scheme of things of being an elected official. And, there's days that I have difficulties too. I deal with anxiety. But I just think it's really, really important, just, even if you think people don't have something they're dealing with, mental health can be triggered anytime.
Yeah.
You know, you could be raised and say, oh, I'm perfectly normal.
Yeah.
But there could be something traumatic that triggers it. And I just think we need to operate under kindness and give grace.
Exactly.
Give grace to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
You
And
do
that's
never know.
Very insightful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair Kurzynski, the next meeting of your Disability Advocacy Committee is scheduled for 5:30 p.m. on Monday, November 17th here at City Hall. Would you like to extend an invitation for our viewers to join?
Oh, yes. We always like to have the public join. It's a public forum. We offer any comments, questions, advice, anything that anyone needs. We're here for the community, and we want to reach out to the community. And that's one way that we can do that is through the commission meetings. So I would greatly love anyone to come and join us. We just welcome comments. We welcome, even just if you want to come in and sit in and just listen, that's fine with us. We love it.
That's wonderful and a great way to get the community involved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. And this question is directed to both of you.
Okay.
What is the most significant misconception regarding those living with mental illness and other disabilities?
I can take that one on first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe that people think they're different. People don't want to be labeled. People want to feel like they're included, that they're loved, that they are accepted. And so that's what I would have to say.
That's great. Yeah, no, I'll piggyback off that. You know, differently abled people are still worth everything. You know, they're still worth that love. They're still worth that compassion. Growing up with a brother with special needs, you know, he's low functioning. People would look at him different. You know, people would label him. You know, we talk about labels, and our friend Ray, we don't label.
We
label
people.
cans.
Yeah.
We label cans, not people. I always get that mixed up. But I think it's really important to not throw that label on people. That they're worth love, they're worth life, they're worth, you know, all of us being friends with. And I have learned probably the most important lessons in my life from my brother. And mainly
great.
it's to be kind and to not look at people, you know, with what you may have heard about them, but your opinion. You know, don't put that label on them. Form your own opinion. Get to know them. Get to learn. Do the research. Join. I always say, I'm like, join a committee. I just think it's important to have those people in your life because it's given me balance. It's given me the opportunity to just learn about differently abled people, which are pretty special.
And you're more than just your mental illness or your physical illness. It's just a small part of who you are. There's so much more. There's so much more facets, you know, to everyone's life, and so
I agree with you.
That's exactly right. Well, that was insightful, beautiful, educational, and it was filled with warmth and compassion. So I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. I wish everyone a compassionate mental health day.